We have a lot to discuss.
Do we?
Oh, yes, we do. We really do. So, I haven't been to the East Coast in God knows how long. Bravocon is returning.
It is. It is. October 15th to the 17th. Ain't that something?
Are we going to do it again?
It's not even a question for me. I mean, all you gotta do is just start that GoFundMe and we'll do a Bravocon part 2, y'all.
Should we?
Well, hopefully this time it's gonna be bigger, better, and blacker.
I gotta say, like, the last one was so...
It's the first one though. That's the thing. Like the second one, there should be no excuses. And they hit us up, afterward. Remember? The Bravo people for feedback.
They did, but they haven't hit us up with free tickets yet. So already they're failing. If they wanted blacker, they haven't invited us.
But yeah, tickets go on sale, I'm guessing maybe within the next month. Andy Cohen went on his Instagram Live and said this time there'll be more tickets available. So we'll avoid that whole issue of when we were trying to get tickets because it was a mess.
That's another thing. I'm like, now look, this time it's a cross-country flight. I've got to get an Airbnb. It's not like I live there anymore. So I'm really going to need to see a change. And tickets are going to need to go on sale tomorrow so I can get a decent flight out there in October. Now, the dates are good. That's a random weekend in October when nothing's going on. The weather in the city hasn't turned to crap because they had theirs, I think, after Thanksgiving last year when it was freezing and I had to buy a whole new mackage to go. At least this year I won't have to buy a new fur. Well, I still have to because it's cold in San Francisco. Well, it's cold at night on the beach when I do my bonfires with the kickball group.
If anything would get you back here, I'm guessing it's Bravocon?
Quiet as is kept, I'm going for the camaraderie of us and to bring the Nene wig, like to have 5 seconds with Kenya Moore and her ashy feet. Well, they were well moisturized when I saw them for once. I would say this, if I see Kenya this year, I'm going to give her some fruit acid so she can take care of those knees.
Well, this time I want to meet, definitely I want to meet Ebony. I want to meet Garcelle. I want to meet, I already met Ashley already. I'm trying to think of who on Potomac. I would love to meet Karen. Who else? I want to meet Candy. Like, I feel like I can't believe I haven't seen Candy yet in person. Since I lived in Atlanta too, I also have some friends that know Candy. So I would like to meet her too. I hear that she's like really cool.
I think Candy knows who the hell we are, and she would be tickled pink to me. We ain't said nothing that she ain't heard before. She cheap and she know it. She cheap and she proud.
That's one thing you can't do with Candy is discredit her talent, and we've always gave Candy props on her legacy as an artist.
Exactly. She wrote those songs.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Let's move on. But yes, I am very excited about Bravocon. I'm actually in the middle of the city now, which would be great. And I already had people in my inbox saying, oh, well, if y'all want to do a GoFundMe again, they don't mind donating. So yeah, that would be fun. Starting to GoFundMe for it. We don't even know the tickets yet or anything like that. So
the prices are going to be higher if it's going to be better. So I think that they're going to have there's going to be a super VIP, then there's going to be an excellence VIP, then there's going to be a regular VIP, and then there's going to be enhanced entry, and then there's going to be the tickets we got.
Here's the thing. I think they're going to make it a little bit more accessible this year, and they know that a pandemic just happened. I do think that they want to make Bravocon this year more accessible, especially after the pandemic. So I really think they're not going to go crazy on the prices. Like, I think the minimum price will be like maybe $199, and then maybe like the next step will be like maybe $499, and then $699. I could see that. I could see that for like 3 days or something like that. I want to go all 3 days this time. Did we go all 3 days last time? Or
we were only able to get tickets for one day.
Oh, yeah.
And we tried because we had to get them during the second round, because the first round were the 3-day passes and they sold out like that.
Good memory. I was just sharing the other day of Bravocon, our picture with Kenya and Portia, and how that moment will never happen again.
Ooh, that's true. We got that one moment in time.
Yeah, they were getting along. I think Kenya was the one pushing Portia in the wheelchair.
She was, and they both, I always will shout them out for this. They were both, Lord, I sound like Adrian Bylon. I will both shout them out for this, because they didn't bring them out until everybody got in line to get their picture with Cynthia and Eva, and that's when I pulled out the Nene wig, and Eva said, ah!
No, you say Eva or Cynthia?
Eva. Oh, Cynthia laughed, but Eva fell the fuck out.
Yes.
She fell out. I think if I walked up to her today, I'm that guy at Bravocon with Nene's wig, she'd be like, oh, you!
Yeah.
Now that was funny.
Hopefully everybody will show up this time.
Well, Nene won't be invited, so probably. Phaedra will be outside with a booth offering free legal advice.
Well, it's gonna be like one of those stands that Lucy from Charlie Brown have.
Yes. that is the epitome of Phaedra's legal advice. The epitome.
5 cents.
And a jail sentence. I'm sorry. Prison. Ask Angela. Ask Apollo.
I mean, hopefully she's not next.
Who?
Phaedra.
Wouldn't it be time?
Well, as long as she stays off of reality TV.
That's not going to happen.
I'm trying to think, anything else we're leaving out about Bravocon?
The food was terrible.
They need more food options, yes. I think they do need more food options. And
more food options, better food options, appetizing food options. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to eat. And that was me at my fattest.
Right. I'm surprised you're not eating now.
I have some wings that just got out of the air fryer that will be ready when the show is done. That's why I said, let's do it early.
Oh, okay. I made some.
And this is a fruit smoothie.
Oh, okay.
From my mini ninja.
Okay. I made some wings in my air fryer 2 nights ago.
They are the best. They are the best. I have never had an air fryer before, and I just put the lemon pepper seasoning on, throw them in, and then 20 minutes later, deliciousness pops out.
Yeah, it's so easy, especially with salmon. Salmon takes 10 minutes.
I haven't tried it with salmon yet. I want to try it with bacon.
Oh,
chicken thighs have been amazing.
So go on my channel, and I have my salmon air fryer recipe. I'm not sure if you saw it, but I'll send it to you.
Send it to me. When did you do it?
It was like 6 months ago.
Okay, because I was like, I see your videos. I'm subscribed. I haven't seen anything about an air fryer recently. So, okay, that makes sense now. Yeah, I'm going to check that out.
Yeah, I was very satisfied how it came out.
You be cooking. Growing up, cereal was one of my favorite parts of waking up. Saturday morning, I would run to the kitchen, grab a box of cereal, some cold, fresh milk, my clown bowl, and a spoon, and sit in front of the television and watch cartoons. But now that I'm older, I realize that cereal wasn't necessarily the healthiest. It was full of sugar and other additives that I really don't need now. But with Magic Spoon, you get amazing, healthy, yet tasty cereal. 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving. Only 140 calories a serving. Keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, low carb, and GMO free. The variety pack includes 4 flavors: cocoa, fruity, frosted, and delicious peanut butter. They all give you a delightful, fresh taste, but that still nostalgic crunch.
Go to magicspoon.com/poproast to grab a variety pack and try it today. And be sure to use our promo code POPROAST at checkout to save $5 off your order. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember, get your next delicious bowl of guilt-free cereal at magicspoon.com/poproast and use the code POPROAST to save $5 off. Thank you, Magic Spoon, for sponsoring this episode. Anything else about Bravocon? Yeah, I'm just looking forward to those ticket prices and just seeing if they fixed all the problems that were happening in the first one. Because going from building to building to building, like it needs to be in one space. Hopefully it's at the convention center. Hopefully it's at like everything is in the same place.
I just wonder, because part of me thinks they're going to do the same thing, maybe just have 2 venues.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want the super VIP ticket. I just want to get that real top tier without having to go on some ticket broker website and pay triple.
Right.
And like you said, the housewives of color, if they're not there, I'm not there. If I don't get a full-on meet and greet with Garcelle, and I'm sure Garcelle knows who we are. We didn't talk about the show too much. I know she be peeping in.
Well, yes. Speaking of Garcelle, I mean, you want to talk about the premiere last night?
Yes, I do.
Oh, can I just say that these ladies, they did it right. Like, they just did it. They did the damn thing. Like, the glamour and the wealth is just off the charts. Like, it's crazy. I love the new girl, Crystal. And then we got Kathy Hilton. She's giving me a little senile tease. I'm like, wait, did she really think that Garcelle was Kyle? She really thought Garcelle was Kyle at the party.
I think that was shade to her sister, like, I don't recognize Kyle.
I don't know. I was like, girl.
And Garcelle is like a good foot taller than Kyle. It's not like they had similar builds and okay, maybe you just see a woman with black hair from behind in a pink suit and you think your sister had on a pink suit and it's just like, oh, hey, and then she turns around and it's a black woman. It's like, no, Garcelle is tall and statuesque. Kyle, well, as Garcelle said, is a goldfish, plain, average, everyday, and quite ordinary, run-of-the-mill, garden variety.
Can we talk about Garcelle and how it was a complaint last season, like she was hardly there? Well, she was very present in this episode. She was all in it.
She was present and she stepped to Rinna. Why couldn't you just be there for your friend? And she knows how to confront without being confrontational, a skill Ebony Williams also possesses, and I love.
Right. When she came downstairs in that Chanel, I hollered. I was like, okay, the fashions has elevated. I mean, we got the real budget and then that season 2 check. Well, the second season check. So, you know how the ladies, like when your first season, you get used to it and then, okay, the next season, you're prepared and elevated.
Except for Gabrissi, and Robin.
Well, yeah, but I mean on Beverly Hills, because even Teddy, like, she was basic as hell. I know. But when she came her second season, I was like, okay. But this was because Kyle was dressing her. I know. It's a bad comparison.
Let's use Dorit. Now, Dorit, I feel like last season, her fashions outshined Erica Jane.
Well, yes, definitely.
But then again, Dorit hasn't gotten caught with her stolen money. Erica Jane has.
Yes, because Dorit, they stealing money too. It's just a matter of time.
But you know what? Dorit steals money from the bank. Her and PK, they run the bank's pockets. And so, like, you know what? They cover that on insurance. Them is white people problems. When you're stealing from widows and orphans, that's bad juju.
Yeah. I'm really glad that we actually get to see, like, Erica Jane, like, the whole thing.
Was it me, or did Erica already look like shit had hit the fan? Did she already look despondent, hopeless, truly shaken, and like poverty was about to get its grips on her and hold on tight?
That's the thing. Like, at first I thought, oh, this takes place right after the announcement, but no, this is like right before. So you kind of see something going on with her.
She knew. That's why she pulled out that old jewelry and not any new jewelry. I'm sorry, we're talking about Erica Jane. We're of the same spirit. Now, if I was going to a party and I wanted to be flashy, what would I do? I'd go down to Van Cleef and Arpels and buy myself something $1.3 million to stunt on the girls. After all, my husband is Tom Girardi, worth hundreds of millions of dollars. We have 2 planes in foreclosure. Now, you see, Monique owns 4 homes outright. That's why she ain't worried about Annie's little check. And her husband didn't have to fleece nothing from nobody.
Exactly. And Andy have the nerve to try to ask where their funds come from. That's but he don't ask that to the White Housewives. Well, like Erica Jane or Lisa Vanderpump, I mean.
Lisa Vanderpump, we know where Lisa Vanderpump's money came from, don't we? Or is her money sus?
No, her money is legit. I'm just saying that I feel like he don't really question the Beverly Hills housewives' money like that.
Well, they're the rich housewives.
That's true.
I mean, like, can you question Camille Grammer? In Potomac, yeah, that money is changing your lifestyle. In Beverly Hills, these heifers was already driving around in Mercedes and, had access at least. Maybe they don't have the funds, but they still had the access.
Okay, I can see that.
But I would say he should bring it up on Housewives of New Jersey, where it's clearly destroying Melissa and Joe's marriage.
Right. We actually have a story for that too. I'm trying to think, are we doing too much Housewives in the beginning, or fuck it?
We are, we both cover the Housewives. We started on the Housewives. The Housewives are our bread and butter, all franchises. Atlanta's off, so we can't talk about them. Potomac ain't here yet, so we can't talk about them. So these are the betwixt and between, and now that we've got women of color on New York and Beverly Hills, I feel like a little more interest is there. But that's just...
some of them be complaining, oh, they talk about Housewives too much. I'm like, first of all, you can create your own show and talk about whatever you want.
And we've never done politics or famine or heavy topics, so what do they expect us to talk about? Love and Hip Hop ain't on. Nor do you watch it. No, you'll peep in occasionally while you're frying catfish, if memory serves. But, but that ain't even on. Like, we don't even have Bobby Lights to make fun of doing his woo. Although Prince keeps getting his butt beat by Tory Lanez.
I don't know why. Like,
I think there's something sexual going on. Any man that shoots a woman in the feet, that's a repressed homosexual. And then you getting into fights with Prince? Homosexual. Why is it like, okay, I could see getting into a skirmish with him once, but the fact that you had to come back and sock him again, I'm sorry. That screams bussy. That's why Simone and Jackie is so mad at each other. Bussy.
But back to Housewives of Beverly Hills, Crystal, the new wife, very tall and statuesque. Like she was towering over the other ladies.
She definitely was. Like us.
Yes. And her husband directed The Lion King. I was like, what? What? Money.
Real.
I had to Google it. I was like, let me make sure. He directed The Lion King, the animated. Okay, no questions there.
And I'm gonna need her to step up her fashions a bit, like that demure dress she wore to the party. It's like, okay, you were giving a little waist, but you've watched the show because you're on the show. I'm gonna need you to step it up. This is about high-end glamour. This is haute couture. This is a show where you really do put on haute couture. And I'm gonna give Erika Jayne's thieving ass credit for really making the ladies step up their fashion. And it's like, look, if we're gonna be rich and we can wear the runway, you better rock the runway. And you've got body. She has B-O-D-Y, not yaddy yaddy yaddy. She ain't got no butt. She ain't got enough ass to get her the next Tuesday, but she could still put something on and give you, okay.
I still think she looked classy and elegant. She did explain in her confessional, like, I feel a little underdressed. Like that was her first time going to like an outing with them. So yeah, I really do like that you gave Erika Jayne credit for that, because when she came on, that's when everything elevated. She really did elevate the franchise.
She did, because Dorit came on the next season with the entire Versace line. She said, no, everything from the runway. You did everything from the same line, so it was also all cohesive all season, and I wasn't mad at it. Dorit, I feel, had stepped beyond Erika Jayne in fashions because, well, Erika Jayne was running out of money that her husband stole.
Now, one more thing I noticed about Crystal. When her husband was saying, like, when he moved to LA, I was doing the math, and I was like, oh, she met him when she was 20. He was 43. I'm like, oh man. I was telling my friend that, and she told me, friend, he directed The Lion King. I might have had to give him a chance to and throw it back. I'm just saying, like, just damn, 20 years old, and he just looked like the type that would be down for that, like be looking for a 20-year-old. That's all I gotta say on that. Well, anywho, that was a great premiere. I can't wait for the rest of the season. The second episode looked like they're about to get into it. When I saw that clip of Garcelle going at Kyle, would you have done this to a white woman? Remember she said that? I was like, wow, okay, she's going there.
She said, this heifer wants to hide from my blackness. You don't get to hide. You don't get to.
Crystal's going to be coming for Sutton in the same episode.
I saw when she said, you don't see color. And I said, oh, okay. She's coming to do what Garcelle wasn't going to do on her first season.
Yeah.
And then let's see if Sutton says, I have a black friend.
Right. I can't wait to see what Garcelle says to that, if she's in the room.
That's true, because Garcelle will be like,
our last housewife news is Jersey is getting a black girl. Did you hear about that?
No.
Yes. So the new housewife, well, the potential housewife is called Akeisha Holly. And allegedly she's going to be joining as the 7th housewife. She is married to former NFL player Willie Collin. The two have a son together and are expecting a baby girl. Now, it's funny because the day before I was talking about how all the Jersey housewives, that most of them are Republican. And I'm just wondering, like, I just feel like watching the season, you would have thought COVID wasn't a thing or Black Lives Matter wasn't a thing. And Bravo forces Black Lives Matter on Married to Medicine in Atlanta, but do this on the other shows too. That's what I'm saying. That's all. Jersey wouldn't surprise me. And then Jennifer's a Trump supporter. They found the tweet. And I was like, damn.
Jennifer is a Trump supporter?
Yeah, they found the tweet. That's why I was just like, damn it.
What about Marge?
Marge would be the only one I think that would probably be, not Republican. The rest of them, definitely, like, I could see it.
Jackie?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
I would be surprised. Jackie seems too cerebral to be a Republican. I could see her being a conservative Democrat, but I don't get Republican from her. I may be wrong. Now the husband, I ain't gonna talk about that husband, but Jackie seems a little too cerebral for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping. Now Teresa, she doesn't even know what the fuck she's voting for. She's just trying to get a pardon.
Exactly.
Actually, no. Actually, Teresa probably a Democrat because she couldn't get one and couldn't get her husband back in the country.
Exactly. I'm glad she happy with this new man, even though she looked related to him.
She looked real. Well, I mean, come on. Look at the relationship she has with her brother.
I knew you was going to say that. Did you see that the Green Eyed Bandits are having their podcast? They just announced a new podcast.
I'm glad that they're going to give me something to roast every week because every episode they do, I'm going to do an allegedly show about it. Called
what did they name it? It's let me see.
The fact that we can't remember that it doesn't roll off the tongue shows our true interest. I mean, we're gonna have Bossy and Mealy Mouth. Giselle, you don't know anything about taste, style, or keeping a man. Rob Dixon, same. Neither one of you are that interesting independently, so you have to constantly team up, which is truly pathetic. I enjoy women who can stand on their own.
So the name of it is called Reasonably Shady. The show features conversations about being fearless women as they recount stories from their everyday lives and behind the scenes of their hit show.
Fearless women? You both have been afraid of leaving the man that's mistreated you for years. Juan Dixon and Of Course Not. I ain't even calling him Jamal. It's Of Course Not.
When Candy and them did that song by the Clark sisters, that's all I thought about. I was like, oh. Every time they say, of course not, like, I just thought of you.
Was their marriage in vain? Are their husbands coming? Of course not.
Anywho, good luck to them. I'm going to listen to one of their episodes at some point.
Now, honestly, what I would come back to New York for more than Bravocon is the premiere of A Quiet Place 2. Because we were supposed to go see that, and then, as I like to say, the world shit the bed. But do we want to sit in theaters anymore? Do you want to go back to the movies? Because you really like going to the movies. That was like one of your things. Like, that's how we started the show, was movie reviews.
I'm trying to think what movie is going to make me go back to the theaters. I think there was one movie that said they were going to release in theaters only. I can't remember which one it was, though. It's something coming out.
Because now with HBO Max and all the movies they're getting, I'm like, I'm going to just wait till I get my TV and I'm going to watch movies in the house. I got to get a popcorn machine.
You're going to get a popcorn machine.
They're like $20.
Oh, I thought you meant like the big stands, like the big popcorn machine.
No,
Where
no,
you
I
like,
meant one of them little, $20 popcorn air fryers that I
oh,
grew up with. Then you drizzle the butter and the seasonings and stuff on it. Just,
actually, you know what? I think it was The Quiet Place because it's coming out in theaters only. So I think that was the one I'm talking about. Yeah.
well, I guess I ain't seeing it for a minute.
Speaking of which, the pandemic in New York, now we have vaccination cards where you can download it on your phone and it's in my Apple Wallet. Is California doing that?
No, we haven't opened up fully yet. We're still in yellow tier. We're still very cautious. Cases are super down here. 50% of the population has at least one shot. I'm included in that. I get my shot Thursday. So next Thursday, I'll be doing the show fully vaccinated.
Oh, okay. When did you get the shot?
The 27th,
What day is that?
Thursday.
Okay. Because the second shot is a doozy.
You got Moderna, right?
Yeah.
I'm getting Pfizer. Pfizer doesn't seem to be as bad.
With New York, like 2 days ago, they started where it's like an electronic code where you enter in like where you got your vaccination from and you just have it in your phone. And now places like industry or whatever, you can't get in without like showing I've been vaccinated. And this is the future now. Like we got to have this in our phones and you don't have to wear your mask anymore if you're completely vaccinated. So you got to show that wherever you go, like it's going to be with the ID
now. Okay, yeah, we have not started doing that out here.
I mean, I just can't wait to just have some sort of normalcy.
That's going to be interesting, because here, I don't think it's ever going to go back to what it was before because a lot of people are not coming back to the office. Like a lot of offices have just left. So they're going to have to reimagine downtown San Francisco a bit because the mayor and the state have been trying to get, the tech companies to come back. And they're like, yeah, we're not, your taxes is too high, boo. We're not coming back.
Nicki Minaj's re-released Beam Me Up Scotty. And I gotta say, this is when when I really loved Nicki. Like the Itty Bitty Piggy, now you can stream that.
We couldn't stream Itty Bitty Piggy before?
No. Or the I Get Crazy. I Get Crazy. Like that. Like all those songs are available now. So just saying, want to just shout out Nicki Minaj. Like she added, I think, 2 or 3 new songs. I also love that she added Chirac to it. You know that song? So remember when Michelle Obama was wearing that beautiful cranberry number, and they played Chirac to it, like doom, 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 like as she's walking? Like that's Chirac by Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
When someone wears something glamorous, they play that little beginning because it's like almost like runway music.
Oh, well then we need to really shout out the producer and the musician that wrote that music because that certainly wasn't Nicki Minaj because Nicki Minaj is a rapper. Now we can give her accolades for Itty Bitty Piggy and whatever, but if we're going to talk about the music, then we really should honor the musician that wrote it, and that isn't Nicki.
Fair. Now, something embarrassing that she did, she posted her mugshot for whatever reason. I'm guessing to reflect on her past. But she didn't realize that on the mugshot, it was her social security number on there that was unblurred. She immediately took it down, but geez, what a mistake,
I mean, everything is probably in her business name. You already married a felon. So what if you end up with bad credit? You can pay it off. Consider it a gift to the Barbs because only a Barb would take it.
Yes, you're right.
Now, if we accidentally put out one of our social security numbers, we've got honest Black women that watch us. They just tell us take that shit down and get yourself some LifeLock. That's all they tell us. They wouldn't run our numbers. They wouldn't try to get our address, which her address is already out there because her husband is a registered sex offender, put 2 and 2 together and try to apply for credit cards and then change addresses and pull some identity fraud. Our fans would never do that, but Barbs would. Barbs would. I'm going to even say, I don't think the Beehive would do that, but Barb's would.
Oh,
Barb's.
yeah. I mean, the Beehive would never. We're a classy fan base. Just saying. So another story that we covered last week, Portia said on Dish Nation that she's not pregnant. Like she officially said that. She posted a photo of herself in the gym being snatched. So she's not pregnant.
Yet.
Yet. A lot of people also were annoyed that we went after Kenya. I guess they expect us to go after Portia, but like, I just don't get it. Like in the comments, people was like, why are you going after Kenya? And we explained to people like, she inserted herself in business that wasn't hers. So that's why we talked about it. Marlo did too. That's why we talked about Marlo. So I don't know. Like, people think we have something against Kenya, and we don't.
I have nothing against Kenya. We talk about who's in the headlines. We've been off Nene's ass. You know why? Oh, actually, the Lanithia Lounge opened up, and child, I saw that little Instagram video. Oh, I'm so glad you're going to Atlanta next week.
I might go. I saw it. It looks like a warehouse where, like with the stage, you know, like an empty warehouse where people go to practice or something.
To me, it looked like, is it Industry? It looked like, wait, what's that club across from Therapy? Is that Industry?
Yes.
Okay, it looked like Industry. It looked like on a Sunday night. It looked like a sad, empty, lonely, sissy bar.
Some tea about that. Therapy closed down, and that's where the new Boxers is going to be.
There's going to be another Boxers?
No, they closed down the Hell's Kitchen Boxers.
Oh, God. Okay, so now all the clubs are basically doing like that cup thing with the three. Everybody's just going to move around?
Yes. But yeah, like the food looked basic too. And like I saw hookah. I was like, of course there's hookah. I might go if I have time, but I'm definitely going to go to Candy's Restaurant Blaze. I want to check that out. I want to try that fried lobster. It looked good. Ooh, your face.
Fried lobster?
Hey, sometimes it's a delicacy. I've had fried lobster before, and it was delicious.
The only reason I'm going to allow that statement is because I trust you and I know your Epicurean skills. But fried lobster at Blaze, I'm sorry, honey, they ain't close enough to the coast to get it right. That's something you do at Cape Cod, Martha's Vineyard, the Hamptons. Like, you need to be coastal. Coastal. They are landlocked. That lobster is already arriving frozen and tough. And you think it's gonna be good fried?
Oh, jeez. Well, I will be reporting y'all, and I will let y'all know. How about that?
Let us know. Let's talk about the best provider of spoken word entertainment that's all in one place. Audible. Audible is audio that speaks to you wherever you are. It's the largest selection of audiobooks out there. Bestsellers, new releases, celebrity memoirs, and more. When you're a member of Audible, you get a credit per month that's good for any title in the premium selection. That means any bestsellers, buzzworthy new releases, and what's on the New York Times bestseller list. And these titles you keep forever in your Audible library. You also get the Plus catalog with even more audiobooks, original entertainment, fitness, meditation, sleep tracks, and podcasts. You even get ad-free versions of some of your favorite shows and exclusive series. All this great audiobook and Audible entertainment comes with your Audible membership. Whatever's going on in your life, Audible has the perfect audiobook for you. And not just genres like comedy, romance, suspense, or science fiction. You also have guided meditation and fitness. With your membership, you can listen offline anytime. The app is free and is available on all smartphones and tablets. You can listen across devices without having to restart. And your credits are good for a full year. You can binge or you can use them for one item per month, whatever fits your lifestyle. And new members can always try Audible for 30 days on us.
So a title from Audible that I read was Mariah Carey's Memoirs, The Meaning of Mariah Carey. That experience was just perfect for me because I wanted to hear about Mariah's testimonies, like from Mariah herself. And listening to it on Audible just gave it a whole new experience for me. I couldn't just have by just reading the book. Definitely suggest The Meaning of Mariah to all of you because after listening, I just felt uplifted and inspired, and just hearing her voice and just hearing her sing throughout her reading the book. This is an experience that I only would have had if it wasn't for Audible. Also, the new Plus catalog makes Audible membership so much more valuable and gives all members a chance to listen to and discover new favorites and new formats.
If you want to check out all of the fabulous offerings that Audible has for yourself, visit audible.com/roast or text roast to code 500-500. Again, that's visit audible.com/roast or text roast to 500-500. So I have a confession. I've been eating something and I don't know what y'all are going to think about it. It's unconventional, but it's quite delicious. Lemon pepper wings and mint chip ice cream. I know, it sounds odd, but I'm telling you, it's amazing.
Wait, together?
Mm-hmm.
It's also 9 a.m. in the morning by you too. So you're eating that for breakfast.
Well, I mean, you eat fried chicken for breakfast, chicken and waffles. They eat fried chicken in France for breakfast. There's nothing wrong with that. And then dairy. It's protein and it's dairy.
My stomach is turning as I'm thinking about it.
It's amazing. You wouldn't think it goes together until you try it and you're like, what? What?
That sounds like a trip to the bathroom, an amazing trip to the bathroom. Lord have mercy. Mint chip ice cream with lemon pepper wings.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it again. But yeah, that's very interesting. You know what else is very interesting? We're getting a girl group reality show from Carlos King.
Now, is this like something that was shot 10 years ago and they're reshooting it, or are they giving us the original goodness like the Wendy Williams movie that never made it to air with Robin Givens that should have?
Exactly. Like, I'm a little confused by it, but it started out as like a clip that went viral, and then Gabrielle Union, she retweeted it. And she's like an executive producer of the show. Like, they made it happen. It's going to be airing on BET, and it's coming very soon, like June 9th. So, of course, you're going to have to review it.
I can't wait. Television's getting good again.
It is, isn't it? But it doesn't say. Like, he said he's been working on this for 7 years. But let's see. It will feature 8 former members of R&B girl groups, including Pam from Total, Aubrey O'Day from Danity Kane, Kylie Williams from 3LW, the sisters Irish and Lamisha from 702, and then additional group members are Shamari from Black and the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and the twin sisters from Cherish. The ladies will also be joined by R&B solo artist Nivea.
So it's has-beens and heifers.
Has-been and heifers. Wow. I like has-been and heifers. I remember the Hoop Dreams and heifers.
Has-beens and heifers. That's what this is. Has-beens and heifers. And there's a couple never was in there for good measure.
Well, I look forward to this. It says it will feature the ladies living together for 30 days in the effort to record an album at a home studio. They're going to learn choreography and practice vocals. Wow.
Oh my God. At a home studio, the shade. I feel like this is a real life version of Star.
Yes.
All of them give me a those girls tea.
Well, that's funny because there's a show that's going to fulfill the Star gap that's coming on ABC. It's called Queens with Brandy and Eve and Naturi Naughton.
Okay, now I didn't know Naturi Naughton was involved because I really enjoy her on Power.
Yeah, it seemed like your eyes lit up like when you heard her name.
They do. Like, I like Brandy as an actress, don't get me wrong. And Brandy was great on Star. Eve gave such a poor performance on The Talk and such a poor performance with that last album, Lip Lock. I really haven't been looking forward to Eve.
Eve is a good actress, though.
Okay. I hope so. But Naturi Naughton has been killing it on Power. Really, like, I felt she deserved an Emmy.
I guess we'll just find out with everybody. Like, is this old or something? Because they said they shot a pilot already. And I'm guessing they finished it. I don't know. We'll find out, y'all.
I could see them on the first episode using some of the old pilot footage with some new pilot footage. Like where we were and where we are now.
But yeah, the new show that's going to be the Stars filler, because I know you missed that show so much. I don't know why, but you do miss that show a lot. It's called Queens, and they released a teaser trailer for it. And they're going to be basically like a former 90s hip hop group called Nasty Bitches. I kid you not. And they're ready to make a comeback. So it's 20 years later. And they're going to form the super group again.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's on ABC too. So ABC is trying to get the black content.
Well, now that they're canceling Blackish and Mixedish, they're like, okay, we got to have something for them.
You heard they're coming out with Brownish.
I did.
With Eva Longoria.
Eva Longoria hasn't produced anything interesting since Desperate Housewives, and she didn't produce that. Mark Cherry did, so I don't trust her.
It's just, I just think we've had enough of the ish. That's all.
I agree.
Someone put abolish above the tweet. It was funny. I definitely will be checking that out. The BET Awards are coming back with the full audience vaccinated, of course, live audience, and it's coming back June 27th.
Who's hosting?
We don't know yet. Maybe they'll have Amanda Seales back. She did a good job. She did a decent job. Well, all right. Did you get a chance to look at the Jennifer Hudson, Aretha Franklin trailer?
I've seen them. I've seen a couple of them. It looks good. I mean, I'm not going to watch it, but it looks good.
I thought it looked great because they showed a more extensive trailer. But the thing is, I cannot help but see Effie White, because it's basically Jennifer Hudson singing Aretha Franklin songs. Like, she didn't even change her voice for it. I heard Cynthia Erivo, she played Aretha Franklin already. She even changed her voice for it. But all I see is Effie White. That's all I see. It's like Dreamgirls 2, Effie Strikes Back. That's all I see.
Effie Strikes Back.
And
no, you gotta let that sit. Effie Strikes Back. Boom, 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 boom.
And I'm not even trying to be a hater because a lot of people are excited.
No, that wasn't hate. That was just funny.
Because I think someone got mad at me when I was like, I retweeted and I was like, this looks like a great film, but all I see right now is Effie White. It just seems like she's the exact same character.
It is a very similar character, very big voice. I get it.
She's just singing Aretha songs in that big Jennifer Hudson voice. So that's, I don't know, like people are saying it's Oscar worthy, but I'm just like, okay, is she gonna get an Oscar for playing the exact same role? Meryl Streep can do it, so I guess Jennifer Hudson can do it too.
Right. White women have been doing that shit for years.
Right.
Nicki Kidman, the same thing. And I like Nicki Kidman.
You know what? You are so right. Nicole Kidman plays a distressed white woman all the time. She plays it good, though. She plays a distressed white woman so well.
To the hilt.
So this was a really funny story, and unfortunately, it's about Leah from the Housewives of New York. So this is from realityblurb.com, and apparently, you know Michael Che from Saturday Night Live?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, him and Leah were exchanging text messages or whatever. Basically, she was calling him rude and arrogant. Like she came out in the story about him. So she says she met him on a dating app, and she called him D-list and arrogant.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Michael Che from Saturday Night Live for how many seasons?
Right.
And you, a Bravo bitch, a new Bravo bitch at that, are gonna call him D-list? He is on television because he is talented. You are on because you're white.
So yeah, she like was saying, why are you on a dating app if you hate women? Literally, you've never met me and you're texting me like I'm some stupid bitch, texting and being mad rude. Continued and saying, you're just a fucking dork wearing Air Force Ones. He really was like just talking mad trash about him. But unfortunately for her, he released the text messages and it said a completely different story. So it showed her blowing his phone up. He was the one that was like not interested at all, but she kept texting him. It really does not look good for her.
I mean, she does look like the white woman that wants the black D but can't handle it.
So yeah, it was like, it seemed like he was not amused as he bluntly let her know that he had no interest in meeting up with her after she wrote, do you ever want to meet up? Or are we just going to text each other randomly until eternity? He told her point blank, I don't want to meet up. You text really strange declarations looking for a reaction, and I don't want to know what's the real life equivalent of that.
He said, you're giving a get out tea, so get out.
He wasn't interested in her, and she felt played.
She must be drinking again.
It really wasn't a good look for her, because I like Leah, but these text messages, I'm just like, damn. Like, he didn't respond to her after she said, are you more of a talkative person? Next day. What did you eat today? Next day. You hate me because I'm white. Our conversations are everything to me, by the way. We have a lot of friends in common. If any of them saw this, I would be so ashamed. I know, right?
She's Kathy Griffining herself.
She asked, you fuck with white girls? He said, I fuck with girls. And she's like, okay, you're not gay, I get it. Getting a reaction out of you is hard. And he said, what reaction are you looking for? She said, anything, interest, something. Are you hungover? He said, no. You don't ask any questions. You're so odd. You got that from 8 innocuous texts? Do you ever want to meet up, or are we just going to text each other? Yeah, and that's when he said, I don't want to meet up with you. Ooh, and she was butthurt. Like, she sent him like an article of her podcast, and then she put, hope you can make some time in your busy schedule to listen. You gave me some great content. Why men think it's okay to talk to a woman they've never even met in such an arrogant and gross way. It's definitely a disease going around. It's not just you, don't worry. You know what he responded? The thumbs up emoji.
And that's why thumbs up means fuck you on Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That the thumbs up was a FU. I remember that. I didn't appreciate that from Leah because basically the optics of it. You're attacking a black man, and as a white woman, people are going to believe you. So if he didn't release those text messages, that could have made him look bad.
We're seeing your white privilege slip showing because you think Michael Che should be interested in you. For what? What have you done with your life? Okay, you got your little clothing line, you got an okay apartment downtown, but you ain't done nothing with your white privilege. You should be a lot richer. You at least could have married well when you saw people weren't buying your clothes like that, but oh no, not you.
Yep. I mean, she getting on my nerves on New York too. Like, I was like, why is she coming after Ramona like this? I mean, I get it. Ramona lied, but she was like, I want her to admit it. Like, I want her to admit it.
Leah isn't drinking, so she's got to take that anger out on someone. Like Luann's going to take it out on Heather when she said, oh yeah, let's bring Heather and then let's get her.
I feel bad. They're about to ambush this woman and she has no idea.
You can't go on a podcast and talk about somebody and then be shocked that they want to hash it out with you.
That's true. It's just Heather's season, like, she was the voice of reason that season.
That season, but not anymore, because she realizes that gets you off the show. She's no one Cynthia. She's not pretty enough, she's not interesting enough, and she's not intelligent enough. Cynthia had the gall, the gumption, the audacity to say she was someone women should look up to in business, that she has started a new business every year. She has been on the Housewives of Atlanta. Now, starting a new business every year is amazing, except when you have to start a new business for a plot line because your old one has failed so miserably. What are your thoughts on Cynthia as a businesswoman and your predictions on the Bailey wine seller's success?
I mean, I like Cynthia. I think she gives it a good try at business, but I would definitely get my business advice from Candy and not Cynthia. I would expect this coming from Candy and not Cynthia. So, I mean, good for her. You know, like, she's starting a business. She's using her platform the best she can. At least she's doing something with it. A lot of other wives do nothing. To quote Nene Leakes.
At least I'm not up here doing nothing. I mean, I guess, you know, she fleeced the kids for as long as she could with her fake Barbizon.
Those sunglasses, though. She had, what, 4 pairs on her website? I'm like, girl.
And had the nerve to be selling that shit at Bravocon. Leftovers from 2 seasons ago because she had to pay for that bulk order.
And they were, like, marked down, too, wasn't there?
They were marked daily.
I saw that she was at first selling them for like over $200, and I was like, what? And I don't think I'll be going to the Bailey Bar when I get to Atlanta. There's so many other places I can go. Like,
so you'd go to the Lanithia Lounge before you'd go to the Bailey Wine Cellar?
Yes. Because the Bailey Bar is in this, like,
strip mall.
Huh?
Strip mall?
No, it's in this plaza of empty spaces, you know? Like, people rent out spaces there for, like, events. I don't know. It was just so confusing to find, too. And it's so small.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I think I went in the area because I was like, oh, okay, this is it. But, yeah, it just didn't look legit. Just something about it.
It gave a pink teacup tea.
Yes. Yes.
It's like, this is really here so y'all have a place to film.
Yes. That is exactly what it felt like.
And I can write this off as a business where really it just supplies the wine for me. I bet you Bravo's in on that shit where they like, you know what, we can just funnel the wine that we need for the parties through here.
I think you could take delight at this last story that we have. 50 Cent files motion to seize Tierra Marie's assets. He wants his money and he wants it now. Now, these are the details per Shade Room. So as y'all know, 50 Cent said, I haven't forgotten about your hussy.
Oh, I will never be in the same room with that man.
Here's the thing. I can kind of see 50 Cent's side to this. Oh my God, I can actually see it because she took his ass to court and he had to spend $30,000 in legal fees. And it kind of could have messed up his reputation as well. And she did all that for a plot line and clout. So I get it. He's trying to make her pay for that.
And
So
I wonder if I would relent. I would probably relent. I probably would have felt like, okay, I've proven my point. I'd go on and be like, let's sit down at the red table. You know, maybe we'll have some forms draw up where, you know, you can never speak about me again publicly. But I wouldn't try. She's such a tragic tale already. I feel like life has hurt her enough. The poor woman's an alcoholic. I'm not going to mess with those who have to deal with real substance abuse issues. I'm like, okay, you tried something dirty. I didn't let you get away with it. I spanked your hand. Now we're going to hash it out and I'm going to set you free from it.
Well,
I don't think I could be that evil, and I'm a piece of shit.
Well, here's the story. It's been a minute since 50 Cent and Tierra Marie have publicly addressed their ongoing court battle over Tierra's revenge porn allegations. But it looks like 50 Cent is ready to take action once again to get his coins. If you recall, Tierra took 50 to court over revenge porn allegations, and she found herself owing him more than $30,000 in legal fees due to the judge's ruling. Since then, 50 Cent has been trying everything to get his money, and he has now reportedly filed documents to have Tierra's assets seized. According to Radar Online, 50 Cent filed documents to collect Tierra Marie's checks and any other asset in an attempt to pay off her debt. She currently owes 50 Cent $37,733.
Wow. I mean, he doesn't even need the money.
Yeah.
I almost think we need to start a GoFundMe for her. Wait, we could say, fuck you, 50 Cent. You done messed with this hurt woman long enough.
No. She made her bed and laid in it. She did all that shit for a plot line. And if we do that, 50 might come after us. So no. Knowing him, he'll probably do some petty shit and like make his own pop rose and buy the rights to it.
He'd have to buy them from us, dear.
But yeah, that is a level of pettiness that I have not seen in a minute.
I mean, like, it's one thing to be petty where you want the Amanda Seales video to get to 100,000 views. It's another thing to snatch the government cheese out of somebody's mouth. You know that heifer ain't worked none through the panty. You know she was down at the soup kitchen collecting free groceries. How you gonna try to get something from nothing? Because Tierra Marie is the definition of nothing. Has-beens and heifers. Has-beens and heifers. I guess he figured production's coming back soon for Love and Hip Hop, so he already wants to get her chicken gift card. But I would also say, 50 Cent, you must really and truly hate women. I'm sorry your mother was a crackhead and died on you. I'm sorry you're Kenya Moore in male form. I am sorry about that. But let it go, baby. Let it go, because it's just making you look angry in the face, and you're already ugly.
I was saying, speaking of Love and Hip Hop, did you hear that Mona Scott Young, they paid for glam for the cast members?
Glam?
Yeah.
And a cast member of Love and Hip Hop. Now, how do those two things go in the same sentence without a negative phrase like non or not or no or lack thereof. Glam with those hairlines, glam with those pet wigs, glam with those Crayola rocks lip colors. Those lip colors give you Crayola rocks. Glam with those high frozen cheekbones. Glam. There's nothing glamorous about it. Glam.
That's what I heard. But I was like,
you know what? They must be hiring all the queens that get kicked off of RuPaul's Drag Race because they all look garish and gauche. So I guess that's the glam they're doing is beauty school dropouts. Glam?
well, they're not paying for, well, if the cast members aren't paying for their own glam, that's the least Mona Scott can do for them because they're not making that much money from Mona Scott.
They're not making glam. Shekinah was working for tips, so they ain't paying the glam people.
Did you hear that Carly Red made $50,000 for an entire season? That's really low, isn't it?
That is the technical definition of pennies on the dollar. $50,000 for a season. And those are like 16 episode seasons with a 2-part reunion. $50,000?
$50,000 to, I mean, that's the price of her dignity, it looks like.
That's some cut rate dignity. That's that Costco dignity. That's that irregulars dignity you get at Marshall. Dignity where the zipper don't work all the way right, but the coat still look cute. That's that kind of dignity.
Jocelyn and Stevie J were getting paid $400,000
a season.
A season.
That's appropriate. Now I might show my cervix for a quarter for $400,000 after taxes, not before. After taxes. That's my house in that's half my house in Vegas.
But yeah, I mean that's all I wanted to say on that. I just heard that Mona Scott Young paid for the glam. I'm just like, oh.
She didn't pay for the glam. She got some beauty school dropouts to work for tips, and that way you could put on your resume, oh, you worked for Love and Hip Hop, those exposure bucks. I was about to say something, but we're going to end it on a positive note. You know what? I bet you Mona only is paying for the glam so she can write that off on PPP. And I'll see you sooner than the next FBI case against fraudulent PPP loans.
Well, I'll see you sooner than 50 Cent sees his money from Tierra Marie.
I don't know if we're going to be gone that long.